What up? This your boy Bass, and y'all tuned in to another episode of Ian's Podcast. Today, man, you know what's been the talk of the town, what's been the talk of the media. Stephen A. Smith out here making an ass of himself. Man, ESPN been covering it all week so far. But you know, it's only Wednesday, so they've been covering it Monday, Tuesday, and Sunday. Man, everybody's criticizing that boy Colin Kaepernick for the business move and the personal decision that he made to not go do the NFL tryout or workout, whatever they want to call it, over in Atlanta at the Atlanta Falcons complex. Me being an athlete, or a previous athlete, I don't play ball no more. I used to play ball back in the day. I understand the litigations when it comes down to signing waivers and signing media waivers and all that type of stuff. And as y'all know, we now handle media, so now I got a way better understand that ain't no more y'all just using the media against me or using the media of me without my acknowledgement and without me understanding the purpose it may serve. So I do understand that. So I want to go a little bit more in depth to why I say that it was a good business move and understanding what you're signing for. So a lot of times when we're in a quick rush to go do things, the people that are above us understand that. And a lot of us don't really look over the terminology or have an understanding of the paperwork and things of that nature that we are actually signing. Things that give up our rights, things that give up basically our power to defend ourselves if things is to go wrong and things of that nature. So long story short, there were a couple clauses in the new document that they sent them, which wasn't like the original. Stephen A. Smith tried to pull it up and said these two sections was different and stuff like that. But what people don't understand when it comes down to business and when it comes down to the legal system, one word can literally change a court ruling decision to be in your favor or a corporation favor. That one word within a clause or within a legal documentation can change a lot of things. So it's understanding that and understanding the process of looking over those things. So luckily, he's Colin Kaepernick. He had a lawyer that was able to look over that, which I understand everybody might not have a lawyer, stuff like that cost. But there is other apps and other ways for you to do stuff like that, like LegalZoom. You got LegalZoom. You got, in this day and age with technology and stuff like that, you have access to lawyers through micro companies or apps. I don't want to say micro companies, but they're not like the actual firm. They're more so directing you to other lawyers that's in that profession. But for a flat rate fee, instead of you having to pay like a hourly retainer for this lawyer, hourly retainer for this lawyer. Trust me, I've been there. I paid for lawyers. That shit costs. But things like that is very, very, very important. So say for say for example, right? I used to be going to all these football camps. That's why I understand Colin Kaepernick. I used to be going to all these football camps when I was younger, training and playing ball. So a lot of the media that they had and a lot of the things that were happening, like for one, if we was to get hurt, anything like that, we were not liable for that. They were not liable for that. We assumed full liability, things of that nature. So if I came out there and sprung my ankle at the beginning of the camp, at the beginning of the whole workout or anything like that, is like an understanding, like what does that mean for me? I don't control the narrative that will be displayed after that. So if the media press was there and they write like an article or something like, oh man, Baz came out there and basically blew it. He ended up spraining his ankle at the beginning of the workout, so we weren't able to see what he was able to do. And then they can use that for a reason of why I was unable to be evaluated or recruited. And I basically see that's how that narrative would have been able to work out in the NFL favor versus Colin Kaepernick. Because if they control the media, which means all the video and everything that's being recorded, they own. So even if he was to show that he had an immaculate workout, he can't send it to nobody else without the approval of the NFL, which was the same way with going back being an athlete, going on to those camps where you have to get approval to use the media that was captured at that event, or at that workout, just due to the purpose that is basically you signed over that all the media and all that type of stuff, that they got right to publish media with your name in it without your consent. Well, basically that is your consent. You signing over that they can say and do whatever with the media that they capture, but you pretty much can't. So I understand why you said that, especially during this time and age where basically the media is his best friend. And the film that he want to capture is basically telling his side of the narrative. If you can actually see him work out, because as everybody know, Colin Kaepernick, he also sued the NFL, and he won earlier this year for an undisclosed amount. But one of the things the main reason they were saying was that they were basically not giving him an open opportunity due to like a biasness, not because of his athletic ability. Like they were just literally trying to blackball him out the league, and you can sue the league for that. There's more detail that go into that, so please do not shoot the messenger. I don't have all the details on that specific court case, but just in general, it's just going back to he already had like legal confrontation with them earlier on, so he's real stern on really trying to control the narrative and image, because he understands how this can play out legally. So by him being able to go to his own workout facility, throw to his own receivers, talk to the media, he's able to control the message that would be relayed. Because say, like, for example, he went out there, had a bomb workout, he showed off like he could throw 60, 70 yards, but he still doesn't get signed. That allows, so say if an NFL representative of one of those teams was to say, oh, we feel like he was out of shape and all this type of stuff, if they never put that media out there to actually show the workout, the general public would just go off that statement and would create a narrative of their own, like, oh, snaps, Colin Kaepernick isn't getting a job because he just isn't good enough. But they're able to like kind of mask that in a sense by owning the media and controlling the way that they can publish it out. Even when it come down to, I think they were saying like sponsorships and advertisers, because y'all know he's sponsored by Nike, and he still wears Nike and he's endorsed by Nike. Things of that nature. And a lot of people were just saying that it was, that move that he made was very disruptive. Well, when it comes down to business moves is very disruptive. And anytime you don't do what Big Brother wants you to, they feel like you disrupting the flow of order, you disrupting the flow of things. And I commend him on that, because it takes a lot of responsibility to really go that route and really understand, because he's not chasing the bag. You feel me? Like, he's chasing dreams, goals, and aspirations, but there's a principle that comes with it. Like, you gotta have all your ducks in a row, cross your I's and dot your T's. So that is why I believe that was one of the smartest business moves on as a player, as a man standpoint, by having this lawyer look over that and understanding that, hey, in this terminology, there's a couple gray areas that they can kind of skate away with, and that leaves you unprotected. And with this whole thing in this day and age, especially with social media, you want to control the narrative that's being spoken, or people that speak about you. You feel me? And with that, he wouldn't have that control. The NFL would have that control. And they will also have control over who has access to it. So going back into, he's sponsored by Nike. Of course, he's not playing in the NFL, so he has to be able to provide some type of value. If they can see that he's still working out, boom, they can still use that, because he's still a public figure and he's still known for his athletic ability. And then with him being able to showcase his athletic ability, he also creates argument for a future lawsuit, basically. Because if he's able to, like, he can publicly display that, hey, I can play football at the NFL level. Y'all know, because I played at the NFL level, and I came here to work out. Y'all see me. Y'all see my physique. Y'all see me throwing 60-yard bombs and being on target with receivers. So now the public know that, hey, if I ain't get picked up, it's because they didn't want to. And then the whole shit was just shady. I'm gonna be honest with you. Both parties were unaware, and when I say both parties, I mean NFL organizations and also the Colin Kaepernick team were unaware about the whole NFL workout. So it was all fishy. So he had to play with an advantage. It's chess, not checkers. People just want you to react to everything and just go through the motions. No, they just bombarded him with an opportunity to go work out in front of NFL representatives out the blue on a Saturday when NFL games are being played on a Sunday. Which to most people, they like, oh man, that don't really mean much, man. They can just hire like one of their lowest representatives to go down there and go scout him. They pay people, colleges and NFL teams pay people to just go take stats and just scout people all the time. So they have their reliable sources for that. But at the same time, it was just more so like, it didn't really seem like a real opportunity. And if it is, they got the same justice from him being able to go work out at his own space, and it was also recorded and sent out to 32 teams that Sunday night. That was what having control of the narrative means to me in a sense. He's able to package it up, ship it out with no restrictions. So now there's nobody, like, he holds himself accountable for anything that goes out now. Why? Because he was the one that was able to relay that message instead of relying or having the message be relayed by another party, third party, or the party that he was, up against. But it's your boy Baz, and I ain't gonna talk y'all ear off, man. I just want to shed some light on the business moves of Colin Kaepernick and our opinion on how we feel about the whole Colin Kaepernick workout, man. I understand where the guy's coming from, being in the business field and understanding and controlling the narrative and understanding what he up against. He need all the leverage he can. He would have gave away all them rights once he would have signed over them waivers, the media waivers and also the performance waivers, because then he's basically saying the NFL is not liable anymore for anything. Which we got to hold the NFL accountable for how they blackballing this man. And that's why he was able to win the lawsuit. So if he would have signed that paper, he ain't winning no lawsuit no more. And he don't really got no legs to stand on when it comes down to him really showcasing, showing that, hey, I am worthy. I'm just being blackballed. And people talk about the comments that he made afterwards. My bad. I said that we was about to be out of here, but I just had to, just shoot the gun real fast. People making all these comments about what he said afterwards. How he was saying that he basically was challenging the NFL owners. And he was wearing a Kuta Kente shirt and all this type of stuff. Like, honestly, to be real with y'all, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Peep game. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. So him challenging the owners and things of that nature, he has the right to do that. Like, he been out the league for 3 years. People want him to be quiet and do these, just take the certain route so then the people with power can accept him. He's going out there and he's showing America, he's showing people like, no, just because you have money and you're in a position of power does not mean that you are doing the social justice and doing right by people and turning the other cheek because you got money. Nah, man. Speak up, speak out. You have a voice. You feel me? And that's what ends as a whole stand on, man. We are the voice of the culture, man. And we connect the voices. So I find that movement, what he did, was very powerful because he's saying that, hey, I don't give a damn. I'm willing to sacrifice my dreams to stand up to these billionaires and to stand up for the next generation that follow. That's powerful. We need more athletes like him. I forgot his counterpart that's with him, but it's only a select few. Everybody wants you to kind of be in line. They want you to be that, they don't want you to be disruptive. But if you understand, when it comes down to business, when it comes down to making change, you have to be disruptive. But it's your boy Baz, man. And we out of here, man. But before we leave out, man, we'll love your support. Free support is the best support. So if you can like and share this podcast episode to, with somebody that you feel like they might like it, or they might not even like it, man. Just let them share it. And as we say, we the voice of the culture, so we would love to hear from you. Go ahead and hit that voice message button, the link. is down below. We want to hear from you. You know, say what's up, or share a question or share your opinions, and you might be featured on the next podcast episode. And if you want to be loud and proud with your support, man, go ahead, cop that ends merchandise, so you can be loud and proud. You feel me? Let people know who you are and what you represent. You represent the voice of the culture. Or go ahead and subscribe. We got monthly subscription of 99 cents all the way up to $5. Your support is much needed, man. It takes a lot of work to get these voices heard, man, but we gonna put it in. It's your boy Bass. Y'all tuning in the Ends Podcast, and we out.